For centuries, the world has tilted on an uneven axis. On one side, man. On the other, woman. This imbalance has defined homes, societies, and civilizations. It has dictated who leads, who follows, who speaks, and who stays silent. We must acknowledge this historic imbalance to understand its lingering impact on our present and its potential to cripple our future. The consequences of this imbalance are vast and deeply ingrained. This is not a natural order, but a manufactured one, and it is time to dismantle the framework that upholds it. The echoes of this historical imbalance reverberate through our present-day realities. We see it in the persistent wage gap, where women earn less than men for equal work. We see it in the underrepresentation of women in positions of power, where decisions shaping our world are made. But amidst these echoes, a new generation rises, determined to rewrite the narrative and demand a world where the scales of opportunity are balanced. Imagine a world built with only half its workforce, half its ingenuity, half its potential. This is the world we have inherited, a world where women have been systematically excluded from contributing their full talents and perspectives. The time has come to unleash the full potential of humanity. This requires acknowledging the contributions of women throughout history and ensuring their equal participation in shaping the future. Let us build a world where the scales are balanced, where opportunity is abundant, and where the only limit to our collective potential is our imagination. The consequences of this long-standing imbalance are not abstract or theoretical. They are deeply woven into the fabric of our lives. This imbalance has come at a price paid not just by women denied opportunities, but by societies denied their full potential. When we limit the roles women can play, we limit the solutions they can offer. We deprive ourselves of their insights, creativity, and unique perspectives. This imbalance has fostered a culture where competition often overshadows collaboration. It has created a world where power is often seen as a finite resource, to be hoarded rather than shared. The legacy of this imbalance is etched not just in our institutions, but in the very fabric of our thinking. It is in the subtle biases that creep into our judgments, the unconscious assumptions that shape our expectations, and the ingrained beliefs that limit our aspirations. Women are often penalized for exhibiting qualities celebrated in men, labeled as aggressive or bossy. This legacy of limitation extends beyond the halls of power and into our everyday lives, shaping young minds and perpetuating a cycle of inequality. Imagine a young girl brimming with curiosity and a thirst for knowledge, told that her dreams are too big, her voice too loud. This is the reality for countless women and girls around the world. Their voices are stifled, their dreams muted, their aspirations clipped by a system that tells them they are less than. This silencing of women's voices is not just a loss for them, it is a loss for all of humanity. Within every woman lies a wellspring of untapped potential, a reservoir of creativity, ingenuity, and strength waiting to be unleashed. For too long, this potential has been stifled, dismissed, or simply ignored. It is time to recognize and celebrate the power that resides within every woman. Women are natural creators, nurturers, and problem solvers. There is no such thing as a man's job or a woman's job. There are simply jobs, and every individual should have the opportunity to pursue their passions and contribute their talents to the fullest. While motherhood is a powerful and transformative experience, it is not the sole defining aspect of a woman's identity or potential. Women are creators in their own right, capable of shaping the world in countless ways beyond the realm of biology. From the groundbreaking scientific discoveries of Marie Curie to the literary masterpieces of Toni Morrison, women have consistently shattered glass ceilings. When we empower women to pursue their passions, we unlock possibilities beyond our wildest imaginations. Throughout history, women have been at the forefront of innovation, often working behind the scenes or having their contributions overlooked. From the invention of the first computer programming language by Ada Lovelace to the development of critical technologies like Wi-Fi and GPS by Hedy Lamarr, women have played a pivotal role in shaping the technological landscape. Despite their undeniable contributions, women remain underrepresented in fields like science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This lack of representation is a direct result of systemic barriers and deeply ingrained biases. Imagine the breakthroughs we could achieve if we harnessed the full intellectual firepower of all genders, working together to solve the world's most pressing challenges. The world needs a diverse symphony of skills, perspectives, and experiences to thrive. It needs the empathy and compassion that women bring to the table, alongside the analytical and problem-solving skills often attributed to men. When we create a world where women are empowered to lead, to innovate, and to shape the future alongside men, we unleash a powerful force for progress. The future of humanity depends on our ability to move beyond outdated gender norms. The full participation of women is not just a matter of social justice, it is essential for the advancement of our species. We live in a world obsessed with the tangible, the measurable, the things we can hold in our hands and display for the world to see. This obsession has blinded us to the deeper truths that lie beneath the surface. We chase after shiny objects, accumulating possessions as if they hold the key to happiness, while neglecting the well-being of our planet and the needs of our fellow human beings. This relentless pursuit of the material has created a spiritual void in our lives, a sense of emptiness that cannot be filled with possessions, status, or power. It has led to a disconnect from ourselves, from each other, and from the natural world that sustains us. The solutions to the world's most pressing problems will not be found in the pursuit of more, but in the embrace of less. They will not be found in the boardrooms of corporations or the halls of government, but in the hearts and minds of individuals willing to look beyond the surface. This requires a shift in perspective, a willingness to move beyond the limited lens of the material world and tap into the deeper wellspring of human potential. It is about creating a world where material well-being is not pursued at the expense of our humanity, but rather as a means to create a more just, equitable, and sustainable future for all. Children are naturally curious, imaginative, and full of wonder. They see the world with fresh eyes, unburdened by the cynicism and limitations that often accompany adulthood. But somewhere along the way, we lose this childlike sense of wonder. We are taught to conform, to suppress our creativity, and to accept the world as it is, rather than imagining how it could be. We need to rediscover these qualities, to tap into the child within who still believes in the power of dreams to shape reality. For too long, progress has been defined by a narrow set of metrics: economic growth, technological advancement, and the accumulation of wealth and power. This limited definition has come at a cost, leading to environmental degradation, social inequality, and a spiritual emptiness. It is time to redefine progress, to move beyond the limitations of a purely materialist worldview, and embrace a more holistic understanding of what it means to thrive as a species. This requires us to consider not just what we are building, but how we are living. The path forward requires a shift in consciousness, a willingness to look beyond the surface and embrace a more expansive vision of what is possible. The future we are striving to create, a future where humanity thrives in harmony with itself and the planet, will not be built on the foundations of the past. It must be a future forged together, with men and women standing shoulder to shoulder, their unique strengths and perspectives woven into the very fabric of our shared endeavors. Imagine a world where young girls, looking towards the horizon of their futures, see a landscape brimming with possibilities, unconstrained by the limitations of gender stereotypes. This is not a utopian dream, but a future well within our reach. It demands that we recognize the essential truth: progress, true and lasting progress, hinges on the full participation and innovation of all genders. Section 2. Beyond duality, towards synergy. We have grown accustomed to viewing the world through a binary lens, dividing everything into categories of male and female, masculine and feminine. This rigid framework, while seemingly straightforward, limits our understanding of the full spectrum of human capability. It creates artificial divisions, fosters competition where there should be collaboration, and prevents us from fully harnessing the power of our collective wisdom. To build a truly equitable and just future, we must move beyond this duality. We must recognize that the qualities we traditionally associate with one gender are not exclusive to that gender. Strength and compassion, logic and intuition, ambition and empathy. These are not binary opposites, but complementary forces that reside within us all. Imagine a world where leadership is not defined by dominance, but by the ability to inspire and unite. Imagine a world where problem solving is driven not by ego, but by a genuine desire to find solutions that benefit all. Imagine a world where success is measured not by material wealth, but by the positive impact we have on the world around us. The journey towards a more equitable future requires a multi-pronged approach. It demands that we address the systemic barriers that prevent women from reaching their full potential. From discriminatory laws and policies to unconscious biases that permeate our workplaces and institutions. It requires us to invest in education and mentorship programs that empower girls and women to pursue their passions and break down barriers in traditionally male-dominated fields. But perhaps most importantly, it requires us to amplify the voices of women. We need to create spaces where their perspectives are valued, their ideas are heard, and their contributions are celebrated. We need to listen with open hearts and minds, recognizing that the experiences and insights of women offer invaluable wisdom in navigating the complex challenges of our time. This is not about silencing the voices of men, but about creating a chorus where all voices can be heard in harmony. It is about recognizing that the solutions to the world's most pressing problems will not be found in the echo chambers of the past, but in the vibrant exchange of ideas that emerges when we embrace the full diversity of human experience. We stand at a crossroads in human history. The old ways are crumbling before our eyes. This is a moment ripe with possibility. In the ruins, we find fertile ground to build anew. Women have followed blueprints laid out by men. But what if this blueprint is flawed? What if these paths are the roots of our crises? To unlock humanity's potential, we must embrace uncharted possibilities. The power we speak of is not the power of dominance and control, but the power of creation and connection, arising from collaboration and empathy. It is the power to heal, to bridge divides, and to build a future where everyone thrives. Throughout history, women have demonstrated an extraordinary capacity for innovation, resilience, and creative problem-solving. From ancient wisdom to groundbreaking discoveries, women's contributions have shaped our world. Yet, this collective genius has often been undervalued and erased from history. Human progress is a collective endeavor woven from the contributions of many. Imagine the breakthroughs if we fully unleashed the collective genius of women. The time has come to empower women to build a future worthy of us all. Imagine a world where the scales are no longer tipped, where the very notion of sides becomes obsolete. A world where the symphony of human potential resonates with the full richness of its diverse instruments, each note distinct yet harmonizing to create a melody far grander than any solo performance. This is the future we are striving for, a future where the unique strengths of both men and women are not seen as opposing forces, but as complementary energies that, when balanced, have the power to propel humanity towards unimaginable heights. We are not talking about erasing our differences, but celebrating them, understanding that it is in our very diversity that our greatest strength lies. This balance is not a destination, but a continuous dance, an ongoing dialogue, a shared journey of discovery. It requires us to dismantle the very structures that have perpetuated imbalance, to challenge our own biases, and to actively create a world where everyone, regardless of gender, has the opportunity to thrive. The future we envision is not a monochromatic landscape. It is a future iridescent, shimmering with diverse perspectives and dreams. A future where a young girl's scientific mind is nurtured like her brother's athletic prowess. A future where leadership is defined by empathy and collaboration. We must move beyond fear-based narratives that divide us. Let us build a world where every human being can stand tall, their light shining brightly.